everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melody, the author of One Big Mess, which comes out June 13th, 2021. You can pre-order your copy now. I will put the link in the description below. And it is a story about a teenage girl who tries to help her mother, who is a compulsive hoarder. And I really enjoy this story, and I hope you guys will too, so you can totally pre-order it, check it out, or buy it on June 13th. So let's get into the video now. Speaking of One Big Mess, by the way, I wanted to make a video about my self-publishing cost. And I'm going to say this, you writers out there who are going the traditional publishing route, you have it a lot easier because you do not have to pay for any of this. Your publisher covers these costs for you. It's just really, really hard to get a traditional publishing deal. I tried for a long time. I sent I think I sent 60 queries. I know some people say, oh, that's hardly anything. You shouldn't have given up. But I realized it wasn't for me. But I sent 60 queries. I queried 2 different stories. I got a full request on both of those stories. They ended up in rejection because they were not the right fit for their list. And I just decided it wasn't for me. But I don't think rejection means your story is bad. I think it just means, you know what, it's just hard to get published. It really is. It's just kind of like an athlete, like trying to make it to the Olympics. Like, you know, of course there are going to be some people who make it, but it's just very hard. And that doesn't mean like all those other people who didn't make it aren't talented. But this isn't that video. This is a video about my self-publishing costs. So, yes. If you are self-publishing, you have to do this all on your own, and it's a lot. But you know what? I have discovered that I love having the control of what my book looks like and just having the control over my intellectual property. So this is for me, and I just really just want to publish my book. And of course I want to make money on it too. But I really just want to publish my book because this has been a dream of mine for a long time. And the thing is that if I try to pursue traditional publishing, I'm not guaranteed to get the book published, you know? Like, even if I get a literary agent, I still have to, you know, get a publishing deal. I still have to have my book go out on submission, and then like I may still, you know, go through all that and still not get a publishing deal. So, you know, self-publishing is the only way I can guarantee that I can definitely get my book published, and so I'm gonna do it. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. I've got my first book out there for pre-order, so it's so exciting. I am going to talk about what I am paying to get my book published, and it's totally worth it because I want my book out there, and I've been saving some money, so that helps too. Okay, so the first thing I paid for was my book cover, and the book cover I got was from this girl who runs this site, Beautiful Book Covers. I'll link it down below. She has some amazing covers out there, and what I did was I had her make a custom one for me, and I only used one stock image, so I actually got to pick my own stock image, and she just went in and like did her magic. And so she charged me $95 plus 95. Oh God, what's 95 plus 95? Okay, so so my book cover was $190. Now what that was the ebook cover, plus I had her make an audiobook cover. That's not the price for any print cover or anything like that. So $190 for the book cover, which it's actually a pretty good deal. You could buy a book cover for way more than that. So that's actually a good deal. She's got some good prices. She has out there, if you buy a book cover with one stock image, it's $150. And if you have multiple stock images, it's $300. And then I think her pre-mades are maybe $150 or less than that. But yeah, that's a pretty good deal. So I thought that was a good price for the book cover. And then, so yes, it was a good price for the book cover, but what I have decided is that I want to eventually make my own book covers just to save some money because I got a lot of books to publish. So I went and bought Affinity Photo, which is like Photoshop Lite. And so that cost me, I got it on sale. I got it on a 50% off sale because it was on 50% off due to COVID. And so it's normally $50. I got it for $25. So great deal on that. And I love Affinity Photo, by the way. Like, I've been playing around with it. And now that I'm a little bit more familiar with it, I just love it. So I'm totally looking forward to using that to make all my book covers. Okay, so in addition to Affinity Photo, I also bought 60 stock images. 60 stock images, which was $30, which was like $30 a month. And I did 2 months, so I paid about $60 for my stock images. And I bought like just a ton of stock images, like for future book covers, or if I just thought the picture looked pretty, I bought it. Like, I'm like, I think I can make a book out of that one. Like, I got a book idea for that picture. So I spent some money on that. Now, the other big price when it comes to self-publishing is going to be your copy edits. Now, your mileage may vary on this depending on what kind of editing service or what editor you use. If you want to use a developmental editor, that's, from what I understand, way more expensive. And the copy edit is what we're most familiar with. They kind of fix all the mistakes. And then like the final stage is the proofreading stage, which is kind of similar to copy edits, but maybe a little less intense. So the copy edits, that cost me, I did not break any of these things. I did not break any of these prices down. I don't know why. I need a calculator. What I did is I wrote down the prices that I paid. I paid in installments, but like I don't know how much I paid in total. Okay, so for the copy edits, I paid just over $500. That really wasn't actually the actual quoted price. The actual quoted price was under $500. The extra money that I paid was the PayPal fee, because I paid the editor through PayPal, and PayPal tacks on like an extra couple bucks. So really, it was just, I paid, for copy edits, I paid $508.92 for a 76,000 word novel. So that was probably my biggest expense. Yes, that definitely was my biggest expense, was the copy edits. But you know what? That's actually the most important thing, so that's okay. I'm willing to spend some money on making the book right. So then there's some other costs that I paid for. My website fees. My website, I made a website, an author website on Wix, and I signed up for 1 year. So I ended up paying, and I think I got like a sale or something, so I ended up paying $108 for a year. And then my domain, I had to pay a separate fee for the domain, and because I wanted my website to say melodyloomis.com. And so the domain cost was about $26. And so then, so say I got my book cover, I got my editing, I got my website, and then I paid for some photo editing software. I paid for some stock images. Then the other thing that I've got to pay for, I haven't paid for this yet, but it's coming. I've got to pay for the copyright fee, which is $45 from what I understand. And I just think it's a good idea to get it copyrighted, just, you know, so I have that protection. You know, I just think it's a good idea, you know, in this day and age of piracy and all this stuff going on. I'm just getting it copyrighted. I don't care. I just want it official. Everyone to know that it's mine. So that's $45, which is not really that bad. Now, the other thing that I paid for, which I'm starting to wonder, maybe I paid way too much for, but I don't know. Maybe this is the expedited cost. I don't know. I paid $30 for a proof copy, and that was through Drafted Digital. They charged like a $30 flat fee. I guess it's supposed to be expedited. Now, I'm going to do a video about this. Once I get my proof copy, I have not got it yet. Once I get the proof copy, I'll do a review video on that and let you know how it went. I didn't think proof copies were supposed to be that expensive, and I don't know if that's the normal price, because I kind of get the feeling like if you go on Amazon, I don't think it's that much, because honestly, the proof copy being $30, that ain't, you know what would be cheaper? Like if my paperback was actually published and it's like going to be on sale for $14.99, that's like buying like 2 of my paperbacks at regular price. So it's like I just paid like twice the price for my book just for the proof copy. But I think the proof copy is so important to get because I need to make sure everything is okay before it's, you know, submitted for approval. Because I don't want like cover to be out there and like have the cover be blurry or anything like that. You know, there's so many things that can go wrong. So I want that proof copy. And plus, since Drafted Digital they're still doing their print beta, I'm in the beta program, like there's just a number of things that can go wrong. But I'm a little disappointed about the price being $30. And if that's normal, if that's what normal proof copies cost, let me know. But I don't think it is. Or maybe just because Drafted Digital is so new, like, or maybe because, maybe like I say, because it's the expedited price and my book is about to be, and my book is going to be published in June, and I don't know, but anyway, I paid $30 for the proof copy, so whatever, you know, I wanted it. And I know you're probably like, why didn't I just go with like Amazon KDP? I know I could have gone with Amazon KDP, but from what I understood, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I do know I emailed Drafted Digital and I'm like, so my paperback will get into Ingram. Is that right? Like, because I want my book to be in Ingram so that libraries can purchase a copy of it. And they said, yes, it's going to be through Ingram. So that's why I wanted to go with Drafted Digital, because I don't know if I go through Amazon, I just don't know if people will be willing to. I just don't know how that all works, but it's like the thing with booksellers. Like, booksellers will not purchase books from Amazon because that's their competition. They just won't. Now, libraries, I don't know. Libraries are a little different. You know, my library that I work at, we actually do purchase books from Amazon, but that's not like our regular book vendor. Like, we purchase books on Amazon, like if we're missing a copy, or if it's like a book that we need an extra copy of and none of our regular book vendors have it, then we will order a book on Amazon. But I want it on Ingram because I know Ingram. We buy books from Ingram, and I want my library to be able to purchase my books, so that's why I went to Drafted Digital. So anyway, just getting that out there. So what does this all total? This totals, oh my God, y'all. I have almost paid almost $1,000 to get this book published. Now remember, that includes all of my other prices, not just the editing and book cover. because you can take all these other prices out if you like, but, you know, because I also paid for my website, you know, so there was that. But yeah, I've almost paid $1,000 of the grand total. Let's see, is $994.71 is what I have paid to self-publish. So yeah, that's a lot of money. I didn't pay all of this money at once. I paid like a little bit here and there, you know, like I paid for the book cover first, and then I paid for the website, and then a couple months after that I paid for the copy edit. So like I didn't pay all of this at once. I just kind of paid for it, you know, a little bit at a time. But yeah, when I actually totaled it all up, it's almost $1,000. So I did the math, and I'm trying to figure out, so I was trying to figure out how many books do I have to sell in order to like break even, like in order to make a profit. And you guys, I have got some work to do. I have got to figure out how to promote my book, because I have got to sell, drum roll, about 420 books. If I sell 420 books, I might make my money back. So yeah, you guys, this is it's a lot of money. And maybe you could be, and maybe you might say like, well, why even do this? Like, I mean, if you're just spending all this money, and what happens if you don't make a profit? You know, because I want to, you know, I wanted to publish this book. I want to have my book out there, and I didn't care what it costs. Because I want it out there in the world. I want to be able to say that I am a published author. So yeah, I mean, look, if that's your dream, if to have your book out there, look, just go for it, you know. But yeah, I got some work to do. This is all of my, you can't even see that, can you? These are all of the charges that I have paid for to get my book self-published. And yeah, so I gotta sell about 420 books. No big deal, you know, just 420 bucks, you know, I could do that, right? I do know that I have a few people who have already said they wanted to buy the book. Thank you. You know who you are out there. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you love the book. And actually, I know one person who has already read the book, but she's still buying it anyway. So thanks, Mom. All right, well, I am going to end this video here. And I guess what I should do now is, you know what, I didn't even factor in what like Amazon ads might cost. I will be doing those eventually, but not right now, because I can't focus on that right now. And I just feel like doing Amazon ads when I only have one book out there, I just don't think that'll be as effective. Like, I want to wait till I have like a backlist, because what I've learned, or what I've heard at least, is that what sells your backlist is your front list. So you have to have a lot of books out there before you start making a profit. So I got a lot of work to do, got to get on it. I've already sent 6th grade changes, that very first book that I started querying. I've already sent that to my editor, and so hopefully we'll get that book into publishable shape. We'll get that into shape and ready to publish, because that one needed the most work, so that's why I didn't publish that one first. So maybe the agents rejected that for a reason, but it's still really good. And I can't wait to share that one with you guys. So I hope you will check it out. And I will see you all later for another video. And remember, One Big Mess. Pre-order now. June 13th, 2021. Thanks, you guys. Bye.